Welcome, dear listeners, to another captivating episode of Sci Discovery Chronicles *. I'm your host, Dr. Emily Saunders, and today we're embarking on a sweet journey through the world of sugar. We'll explore its rich history, delve into the fascinating science behind it, and examine the profound impact it has on our daily lives and global culture. The origins of sugar. Our story begins thousands of years ago in the lush tropical regions of Southeast Asia. Picture yourself in an ancient New Guinean village, surrounded by tall, grass-like plants swaying in the warm breeze. These plants, dear listeners, are the ancestors of modern sugarcane, and they hold a secret that would eventually change the course of human history. Sugarcane, scientifically known as Saccharum officinarum, was one of the first plants to be domesticated by humans, specifically for its sweet sap. This remarkable plant, with its fiber stalks filled with sucrose-rich juice, became the foundation of a global industry that would span millennia. The cultivation of sugarcane spread slowly at first, making its way through the islands of the South Pacific and eventually reaching India around 8,000 years ago. In India, something remarkable happened: the first recorded production of crystalline sugar. Ancient Indian texts refer to sugar as sharkara, which is the root of our modern word sugar. The sugar trade and its global impact. As we fast forward through time, we find sugar playing an increasingly important role in global trade and politics. The Arab agricultural revolution in the 8th century saw sugarcane cultivation spread to the Mediterranean, North Africa, and parts of southern Europe. The Crusades introduced Europeans to this sweet salt, as it was sometimes called, igniting a desire that would reshape the world. Christopher Columbus, on his second voyage to the New World in 1493, carried sugarcane cuttings, introducing the crop to the Caribbean. This seemingly innocuous act set the stage for one of the darkest chapters in human history: the transatlantic slave trade. The labor-intensive nature of sugarcane cultivation led to the enslavement and transportation of millions of Africans to work on sugar plantations in the Americas. The sugar trade became a cornerstone of the so-called triangular trade, linking Europe, Africa, and the Americas in a complex web of commerce and exploitation. Sugar, once a luxury reserved for the elite, gradually became more accessible to the masses, fundamentally altering diets and culinary traditions across the globe. The science of sugar extraction. Now, let's roll up our sleeves and dive into the fascinating process of extracting sugar from cane. Imagine yourself on a modern sugar plantation, surrounded by fields of tall, green sugarcane stretching as far as the eye can see. The air is thick with the sweet scent of freshly cut cane. The first step in sugar production is harvesting. Large machines called harvesters cut the cane at the base and remove the leaves. The cut cane is then transported to the sugar mill, where the real magic begins. At the mill, the cane is crushed between heavy rollers to extract the juice. This juice is a complex mixture of water, sucrose, and various impurities. To isolate the sucrose, the juice undergoes a series of processes. 1. Clarification. The juice is treated with lime and heat to precipitate impurities. 2. Evaporation. The clarified juice is boiled in a series of vacuum pans to concentrate the sugar solution. 3. Crystallization. As the solution becomes supersaturated, sugar crystals begin to form. 4. Centrifugation. The crystals are separated from the remaining liquid molasses in centrifuges. 5. Drying and packaging. The crystals are dried and packaged for distribution. Each of these steps involves precise control of temperature, pressure, and chemical conditions to ensure high-quality sugar production. The rise of sugar beets. While sugarcane dominated the sugar industry for centuries, it had a formidable competitor waiting in the wings: the humble sugar beet. In 1747, German chemist Andreas Marggraf discovered that the sucrose in beet roots was identical to that in sugarcane. This discovery would revolutionize the sugar industry, especially in temperate regions unsuitable for sugarcane cultivation. Napoleon Bonaparte, during his continental system blockade in the early 19th century, heavily promoted sugar beet cultivation and processing in France. This led to rapid advancements in beet sugar technology and spread its production across Europe. The process of extracting sugar from beets is similar to that of sugarcane, with a few key differences. 1. Slicing. Beets are washed and sliced into thin strips called cassettes. 2. Diffusion. Hot water is used to extract the sugar from the cassettes. 3. Juice purification. The raw juice undergoes carbonatation and filtration to remove impurities. For evaporation and crystallization, similar to cane sugar processing. Today, about 20% of the world's sugar comes from sugar beets, with the remaining 80% from sugarcane. The chemistry of sweetness. At its core, the sweetness of sugar is a fascinating interplay of chemistry and biology. The primary component of table sugar is sucrose, a disaccharide composed of glucose and fructose. Its chemical formula, C12H2011, belies the complex interactions that occur when it meets our taste buds. On our tongues, we have specialized taste receptor cells that detect sweet substances. When sucrose molecules bind to these receptors, they trigger a cascade of chemical signals that our brains interpret as sweetness. Interestingly, different types of sugars and sweeteners can produce varying levels and qualities of sweetness, which is why high-fructose corn syrup, for example, tastes different from table sugar despite having a similar caloric content. The structure of sucrose also plays a crucial role in its culinary applications. When heated, sucrose breaks down into glucose and fructose in a process called inversion. This is why candy making often involves carefully controlled heating. Different temperatures produce different ratios of sucrose to inverted sugars, resulting in various textures and properties. Sugar in cooking and baking. Speaking of culinary applications, let's explore the vital role sugar plays in the kitchen. Beyond simply adding sweetness, sugar is a true multitasker in cooking and baking. 1. Texture. In baked goods, sugar helps create tenderness by interfering with gluten formation. It also contributes to the crisp texture of cookies and the light, airy structure of cakes. 2. Moisture retention. Sugar is hygroscopic, meaning it attracts and holds onto water molecules. This property helps keep baked goods moist and extends their shelf life. 3. Browning. When heated, sugars undergo caramelization and Maillard reactions, producing complex flavors and appetizing brown colors in everything from bread crusts to caramel sauces. 4. Fermentation. In bread making and brewing, yeast feeds on sugars to produce carbon dioxide and alcohol, essential for leavening and fermentation. 5. Preservation. In high concentrations, sugar can inhibit microbial growth, which is why it's used in jams and preserves. Understanding these properties allows chefs and food scientists to manipulate sugar to create a vast array of textures and flavors in our food. The health debate. No discussion of sugar would be complete without addressing its impact on health. The rise in sugar consumption over the past century has paralleled increases in obesity, diabetes, and heart disease rates, leading many health experts to point to sugar as a major culprit in these public health issues. When we consume sugar, our blood glucose levels rise, prompting the pancreas to release insulin. This hormone helps our cells absorb the glucose for energy. However, frequent consumption of large amounts of sugar can lead to insulin resistance, where our cells become less responsive to insulin, potentially leading to type 2 diabetes. Moreover, excess sugar consumption can contribute to weight gain, as any glucose not immediately used for energy is converted to fat for storage. The addictive nature of sugar, which triggers the release of dopamine in our brains, can make it difficult for many people to moderate their intake. However, it's important to note that sugar itself isn't inherently bad. Natural sugars found in fruits and vegetables come packaged with fiber, vitamins, and minerals. The problem arises with added sugars, particularly in processed foods and sugary drinks, which provide calories without nutritional benefits. Beyond food, industrial applications of sugar. While we mostly think of sugar in terms of food, its applications extend far beyond our kitchens. In the industrial sector, sugar plays several important roles. 1. Biofuel production. Sugarcane is a major source of bioethanol, a renewable fuel that can be blended with gasoline. Brazil, the world's largest sugarcane producer, has built a substantial portion of its energy infrastructure around sugarcane-based ethanol. 2. Pharmaceutical industry. Sugar alcohols like sorbitol and xylitol are used as bases for medicines and as sugar substitutes for diabetic patients. 3. Cosmetics. Sugar is used in some cosmetic products as an exfoliant and can help products retain moisture. 4. Plastics. Some biodegradable plastics are made using sugar derivatives. 5. Construction. A small amount of sugar added to concrete can slow down the setting process, which can be useful in certain applications. These diverse applications highlight the versatility of this remarkable substance and its continued importance in our modern world. The future of sugar. As we look to the future, the sugar industry faces several challenges and opportunities. Concerns about health and sustainability are driving innovation in alternative sweeteners and sugar reduction technologies. Plant-based sweeteners like stevia and monk fruit are gaining popularity, as are sugar alcohols and artificial sweeteners. At the same time, advancements in biotechnology are opening up new possibilities. Researchers are working on developing sugarcane varieties with higher sugar content and better resistance to pests and diseases. There's also ongoing research into more efficient and environmentally friendly sugar extraction methods. The future may also see a shift in how we perceive and use sugar. As consumers become more health conscious, there's a growing trend towards using sugar more mindfully, appreciating its flavor-enhancing properties and its role in special treats, rather than consuming it habitually in large quantities. Conclusion: as we conclude our sweet journey through the world of sugar, we're left with a profound appreciation for this seemingly simple substance. From its humble beginnings in the sugar-cane fields of ancient Southeast Asia to its current status as a global commodity, sugar has shaped our diets, our economies, and even our geopolitics. The science of sugar, its chemistry, its extraction, its effects on our bodies, continues to fascinate researchers and drive innovation. As we face the challenges of the 21st century, from public health concerns to environmental sustainability, our relationship with sugar will undoubtedly continue to evolve. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the sweet science of sugar. From all of us here at Sci Discovery Chronicles *, we hope you've gained a new appreciation for the complex world that lies behind those familiar white crystals in your sugar bowl. Until next time, keep questioning, keep discovering, and stay sweet.